Hey guys, and welcome to Kyle's 6-month update. I cannot believe he is 6 months old already. He was born on February 2nd and time has just flown by so fast. He's grown in so many different ways, and as a new mom, every single week is just shocking to me because he learns something new. This is Kyle right beside me. He was just taking a nap, so I probably just woke him up filming this video, but I wanted you guys to be able to see him in the video since this is all about him and his life. So I'm gonna start with Kyle's kind of daytime, nighttime routine. So we wake up around 6:30 in the morning and I start getting ready for work. I feed him until about 7 o'clock and then I'll get out of bed and I'll start getting myself ready for work. I work from 8 to 1 Monday through Friday, and so he is with either my mom or my mother-in-law and sometimes with Matthew on his days off. And so Kyle will have a bottle and then a pureed food while I'm gone, and I pump at work, and I have a whole video about that, so I'll link that here. And then when I get home from work, I will feed him. I'll just nurse him the rest of the day. I only pump once when I'm at work, and it seems to be going pretty well. My supply has stayed pretty regulated, and so it works pretty well for Kyle's feeding schedule. I feed him probably every 2 to 3 hours. He doesn't really like to skip a meal. I know that like my baby apps will say your baby's eating every 3 to 4 hours, but no, he's still eating every 2-ish to 3 hours, and that's okay. Like, as long as he's growing and he's doing what he's supposed to do, I don't care how much he needs to eat. So we'll just play with him and he'll nap a few times or maybe once throughout the day. I don't really have a nap schedule for him. If I'm supposed to, then I don't know, I'm not doing it right then, but I just kind of go with whatever I'm getting from him. If he needs to nap, I let him nap, and then we play. We'll take him outside sometimes. We're doing lawn work, and I don't know, if he naps, it'll usually be about once in the morning and then once in the afternoon. I don't let him sleep past a certain time because I do like to get him in bed sometime between 7 and 8 o'clock. So our nighttime routine is that around 7 or 8, I'll feed him, and then I'll give him a bath, and then I'll take him and probably feed him a little bit more, and then I'll lay him down for bed. And that usually takes only about 30 to 45 minutes to do. Usually it's pretty quick laying him down because by the time we're laying him down, he is ready to go to sleep for the night. Whenever he goes to sleep for the night at 7 or at 8, he will sleep for probably a good 4 hours and then wake up again. So I usually am in bed by 10 o'clock. I like to be asleep by 11, and then he'll wake up around 1 or 2. Sometimes he'll go longer. I mean, it's so different. Every single night is so different. There have been a couple nights where he's slept all night long, but that's only been a few times. Most of the time he'll wake up at least once during the night, sometimes 2. Like last night, he woke up around 1 o'clock, I fed him, and then I put him back to bed, and then he woke up again around 5. So usually if he wakes up around 5 or 6, I'll feed him, or I'll just, well, on the weekends I'll feed him around 6 o'clock, but on the weekdays I feed him around 6:30 because I like to feed him as late as possible so that he doesn't eat his bottle until later in the morning while I'm gone from him. So if he wakes up around like 5 o'clock, I'll just put him in bed with us and we'll sleep the last hour with him, either between me and Matthew, or just I'll be holding him and we'll be asleep. We don't really like to sleep with him in bed all night long. We would love for him to sleep with us, but being as small as he is, I don't think that we're quite comfortable with that just because we like him to be as safe as possible. If that's what you like to do, if you sleep with your baby, that's great. Like, you do what is best for you guys. But for me and Matthew, we just feel more comfortable with him sleeping the majority of the time in his bassinet right next to our bed. And then we'll take naps with him and we'll sleep with him maybe the last hour that we sleep. And that's really the only time that we co-sleep with Kyle. When he's a little bit older, we'll probably let him sleep with us here and there, but I don't know really how we're gonna do that because I know that sometimes it can be a little difficult to get your baby to move into their own bed, so I guess we'll just cross that bridge when we come to it. But we like to snuggle our baby, so who knows, maybe our kid will sleep with us for quite a while. Okay, I'm gonna look at my notebook here because I've got everything written down that I want to talk about. So Kyle is wearing 6 to 12 month clothes. Around 4 months, he started not being able to fit into the 3 to 6 month clothes. It had to be 6 months and up. So now he fits really well into 6 to 9 months. And like earlier today, he was wearing a 12-month onesie. It was just a tad bit big for him, but probably in the next month or so, he's gonna be wearing 12-month onesies. And I know like the sleepers, when he's wearing a sleeper that's 9 months, it's really loose on him. But if it's a onesie or like shorts that are 6 to 9 months or like a top, it's got to be bigger. I don't really know what the difference is, but yeah. So he really fits best into the 6 to 9 month clothes. He's wearing size 3 diapers, and we have him in the Huggies Snug, I can't remember what exactly it's called, but just the Huggies brand, and he's wearing size 3, and he's been wearing size 3 since about 4 months. When he was born, he didn't wear a newborn at all. He wore 1, and then when he was 2 months, he wore 2s, and then when he got to 4 months, he started wearing 3s, and so he's been in 3s up to this point. I've talked to other moms, and it seems like that's kind of how it goes for them too. Like once their baby hits a certain point, they kind of stay in a certain size for their diaper for a little while, which is kind of nice because whenever your baby, like each time they grow into a different size diaper, it gets less in a package and more expensive. So I'm hoping that he holds on to the size 3 for as long as possible because we order through like our Amazon Prime motherhood kind of program that they offer, and you get a pretty good discount through that. So if you have not been using Amazon Prime to order your diapers and wipes, check it out because it's really worth it. I think it saves money. I only buy the diapers and wipes at the store unless I am just running out, which I am running out of wipes, and I don't think I have any time left to go order them. So and the wipes that I use are the Pampers Sensitive Skin. They are just water-based, and I know that I use like Parents' Choice because I got them as a gift at a baby shower. And I used them and they worked, but they had this really soapy residue that was left on my hands and it was left on Kyle, and I didn't really like that. And I used other brands, and I really found that I only liked the water-based kind, like the Sensitive Skin, just water-based wipes. They work really well. I wipe my hands with them. Sometimes I'll even wipe Kyle's face sometimes with the wipes, and like it doesn't bother his skin whatsoever. He's not allergic to anything. He's not allergic to any soaps that I use for our clothes. He's not allergic to really any food. Like I said, when I've been nursing him since he was born, and so I've tried to like keep track of what I eat to make sure that if I notice him reacting to something bad, that I can remember what it was that that I ate. But he's not shown any sensitivities to anything that I've eaten, And since I've been feeding him puree, which I fed him sweet potato, pear, apple, banana, and sweet peas, bless you, sweet peas, he has not had a bad reaction to any of those. So he's doing pretty good, I think, as far as not having any allergies or responding to anything that I use to clean my clothes or like my body soap or anything like that. Not even my my perfume that I use. He's not sensitive to that whatsoever. Okay, so for milestones that Kyle has reached in this month 6, he got his first tooth. And I know that in the baby app that I have, it says to watch out for your baby drooling a lot and being fussy and wanting to nurse a lot and maybe has a slight temperature when they're getting their tooth. And I watched for that kind of thing, and I didn't even really know that he was getting a tooth until my mom pointed it out, and it had already started breaking through. Like, Kyle did not have any symptoms that I thought would be, you know, hey, he's getting his first tooth. Now, he didn't run a fever. He drooled probably a lot, but he kind of is a bit of a drooler anyway. He's been drooling a lot since he was about 3 months old, and since 3 months, people were constantly telling me, oh, he's cutting his first tooth, he's getting his first tooth. No, he didn't get his first tooth until this month 6. So I didn't really see a difference in him drooling as that being like this is a symptom of him getting a tooth. So he didn't do that. He didn't have a fever. He didn't seem to be nursing more than normal at any point this month, so that didn't tip me off to it. I guess he just handled it really well, I guess. And so my mom pointed it out to me, and there it is. It's this cute little thing right here in the bottom of his mouth. So I don't know when he's gonna be getting his next tooth. I'm trying to look out for that and keep track of it, because he's just growing so fast. They just grow so fast. You just lose track of time. It's sad. It's exciting. Yeah. So with him sitting here babbling, that's another thing, is from about 5 months up, he started really finding his voice and talking a lot. But this month, he's really been babbling and using a lot of sounds that make sense to us, like the buh sound he makes, or the guh or duh. I swear he said mama earlier today. I know he probably didn't do that on purpose, but it sounded exactly like he said mama. He also kind of, I don't know if he was late to rolling over, because again, I read the apps that I have on my, like the baby apps, and it was saying around 4 months I could start seeing my baby rolling over from side to side, and he didn't start doing that until this month. So even at 5 months, I was thinking, man, do I need to teach him how to roll over, or is he just gonna get it? Like, what's going on? Why is he not rolling over? And he just did it on his own. There's just one day I was 2 feet from him. I had my back to him. I turned around and he was on his stomach. And that was the first time he had put himself on his stomach, and I was amazed, and I clapped for him. And then I turned back around, and then a few minutes later when I checked back on him, he was on his back again. And I'm thinking, goodness gracious, you really don't want me to see you doing this, do you? But yeah, ever since then, just a few weeks ago, he's just rolling over every which way now, like he's been doing it forever. He also sits up on his own, which is so fun. I love seeing him just sit, and he can grab for his toys, and he can play with them better because he's not laying down and having to like twist his head to look certain ways. Like, he can full on sit upright on his own. He's still wobbly, of course, but yeah, he's doing really well with sitting up, and you can tell that it relieves him to be able to sit up, because a few weeks up to him being able to sit up on his own, you could tell that he was not satisfied with laying down. He just didn't like it for as long as he would a few months ago. Like, he would tolerate laying down and playing, and then you would put him on his stomach and he wouldn't like it for very much. But now that he can kind of roll over and sit up on his own, you can tell that he's much happier to be able to do those things on his own rather than me making him do tummy time or helping him sit up and things like that. So he's doing really well. I think it's super cute to watch him grow and learn these things. So as far as things that he likes to do, other than just play and, you know, he likes things that make noise, and he's sitting there rattling his pacifier. He likes things that are flashy and just things that get his attention. He loves to be outside. He just goes so wild over all the different colors that are outside. He loves to look at trees. He loves to touch them and feel the leaves. We had family pictures a couple weeks ago, and the lady had him sitting. It was beautiful. We had a lake in the background, and then we had like these trees arching over the area that we were taking our pictures, and she had Kyle sitting in the grass on this earth tone blanket, and he had blue Oshkosh overalls on and no shirt, no onesie underneath, and she gave him a stick and he just kind of was sitting there holding it, playing with it, sitting up on his own, and it was just so cute. Like, he was perfect while we were taking pictures. I swear if we were inside taking pictures, he would have not cooperated very well. What are you talking about? Here, let's sit up for everyone to see you. Uh-oh, we dropped it. Say hi. So he just loves to go outside. We take him on walks all the time. I know his grandfather loves to take him on walks in their stroller that they got for him. For Labor Day, we're gonna go on a family outing to the zoo, and I'm so excited. I know he won't remember it, but we will. We'll take lots of pictures, and I know that he is going to just love being outside, and it'll be a brand new place for him, so I know he's probably just gonna have the time of his life, even though he won't remember it. So that is pretty much it for Kyle's 6-month update. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that this was insightful for you. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them in the comment section below. I would love to hear what you guys have to say and get to know you guys. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button and make sure your bell notification is turned on so that you are aware anytime I upload new videos. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.